Hello, today we have a very interesting case, because even though all of the other levels in Ethernaut simulate real-life exploits that happens on Ether mainnet, this one is very memorable because it's an Ether King game, where the person who sends the most money becomes the Ether King. And we all know that I'm the real Ether King, so we'll try to hack the level to make it so that I become the Ether King and nobody else can, even if they send more money than me. That's not really possible, but we have to be secure anyways. So scrolling down to the smart contract, we can see that we have the address of the king. And so we strive to make it, set it to our address. We have the price and the owner, so smart contract owner. Today we are not really interested in being the owner of the contract, we are only interested in becoming the king and not letting it change anytime soon. And as you can see in the constructor, everything's set to the message sender and the message value. So it started with the money that the contract deployer sent. And so we have the receive function, which allows the smart contract to receive money sent to it. So it's almost the only way to accept any money. But if you haven't watched, check one of the previous videos where we use self-destruct. And if you use self-destruct, the target that gets the money from the contract you destroy will always not refuse the transfer, even if it doesn't have the receive function. But in this case, we see that to become a king, we have to send more money than the previous person, or we have to be the owner of the smart contract, so not really fair. And we have a function to check who's the current king, which we will use later on. But as you can see in the description, it says that when we submit the instance back to the level is going to reclaim the kingship. So even if we send a lot of money here, we can expect that the computer behind this Ethernaut level will trigger the receive function too. So it will try to outbid us, or it will try to get the kingship from us even without sending money, just using using this thing, because he's the owner of the smart contract. So the only thing to beat this is to trigger the receive function one time by ourselves, and not let any people after that trigger it again. And that's what we'll try to accomplish in the practical part now.
Right, so the first step will be the calling of the storage, because we want to know how big the price is. So let's call the get storage add function. The first argument is the instance, so the address of the instance we're currently working on. And the second one is the number of the variables. So the king is the variable number 0, and the price is the variable number 1. So we want to get the price, so we will call the variable number 1. Right, so we got the information in bytes. Now we have to convert it to get the information how big the price is. Okay, we can get that number and can copy it to the instance. So now, if we want, if we know how big it is, we can become the king. So we have to call the function able receive. As you can see, we have the address currently set as the victim address. We can call with the value exactly as that, the way, of course. And the main point is that we want to call it once, so that only we will become the king. And the next thing that will happen is the revert, which will not allow any other addresses to join the competition and trying to be. So we can deploy, have to get the address of the instance. Alright, so now it should work like that because of the revert, that no one else can become the king, so we can submit the instance and we should go through. Awesome. So follow, leave a subscribe, like, see you in the next video.